All right, guys, limited time, episode 2 with Sleepy Draws. First of all, thank you so much for being so patient. We recorded this you've heard this before, but yeah, we recorded this quite a while ago, and Mop's been super busy with uni, and we're hopefully getting past those busy uni stages with Mop. So, because he really wants to help out with this podcast, and everyone loves how episode 1 came out and how it looked, and that's all thanks to Mop. So thank you again, Mop, for helping out. And yeah, thank you guys for being patient as well, because I want to get more episodes out and you guys keep asking for them. I really pushed the views hard with promotion across Reddit, Instagram, and Discord, and Twitter and everything, and I pushed it to that 100 and 150 views for the mellow shooter episode, and then I kind of left it, and it organically went to that 250 mark on YouTube. So that was really good to see, that I didn't have to like jam it down everyone's throats. But if you do see this on socials coming out, I'd love a retweet or a share on Instagram or a bump up on Reddit. That would be amazing. That we could. This costs money as well, so it's not but this is what I want to do in the Youtooz community. Get these episodes out, interview awesome people like Sleepy today, who I've known for, and I'm sorry, Sleepy, we should start talking about you because you're way more popular than me, and thousands of followers, hundreds of concepts in just crazy work. I think you've deleted some as well. Like, we know there's a massive catalogue of Sleepy concepts out there, and this guy is going places. Super dedicated, super loved in the community. And because of him, I've got to know other artists as well, who we mention as well. So, yeah, I think this will be a really good listen, guys. We've got, how he created Sleepy, how he went about he went viral as well for particular concepts that we touch on, his Twitch. He does everything, a bit of sport. Super interesting, I thought, on my end. And yeah, I know this guy. I don't even have to sell it because, everyone knows Sleepy. Everyone loves Sleepy. And yeah, it was just really good for me to have a sit down with him and, pick his brain about an artist. We had on episode 1, Mellow Shooter, of course, who was the editor. Now we've got the concept artist. This is what we want to do on limited time, is not just do collectors. Let's just get around everyone and make things real interesting. So, to conclude this little intro bit, which I never know how to stop or how to start, this is take probably 62 doing this, but we're going to come back with a giveaway as well. So I want to give away a limited time mug and a few stickers. So I know it's nothing too crazy, but I did say when we got 100 subs on the YouTube that I'd give away one of those. People really liked it on Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, if you see this, guys, all you got to do to win that mug and some stickers, just simply comment who you'd like to see on limited time going forward. I've got a short list, but of course, in the name, it's short. There's not as many names there. When I run out of those names and get those podcasts out, I'll go back to this comment section and we'll see who we can interview in the future. So yeah, guys, another hour odd podcast coming up, and I hope you enjoy it. See you guys soon. All right, welcome back to episode 2 of Limited Time. You haven't heard episode 1 yet because I haven't got it out, but welcome, Sleepy. Sorry for waking you up, but how you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Yourself?
Oh, very well. Very well. We just had a little chat between this, and I've got the coffee out of my system. I'm all awake, but I hope you can wake up halfway through this episode at least. I've got a little nocturnal joke at the at the start of my notes. Yeah. Well, I liked how we sent all the pre-questions yesterday, and you're like, yeah, that's fine. I'll just be up at about 11 o'clock. So, yeah. What's your sleep routine like? I know you're coming out of school holidays, so is it going to go back to normal or?
Well, on holidays, it's usually stay up till 4, either watching shows and movies or drawing. On school nights, it's usually around 11 to 12 because I have swimming in the morning like most days.
Oh, swimming. I don't know if we talked about this. This might be an ongoing joke, but yeah, me and Sleepy have obviously been on another podcast together once. The most viewed podcast on Youtooz chat. Would you believe it?
Yes.
Just two Australians. We did.
I mean, what else
advertise
do
that a lot,
people
though.
want? Like, let's be honest. Oh yeah, we did advertise that.
I love the upside down thumbnail. That was one of the better bits. But yeah, did we talk about swimming? How long have you been doing that for?
Oh, I've done swimming for about, I'd like to say about 2 years now, but purely because of COVID, it's been more like one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, our local swimming pool was just, any COVID in the area just instantly. Like, I haven't been to the pool for 2 years, basically. It's just been too hard to get there. So, but when I was, swimming was a big part of my local footy, like Aussie rules here in Australia. I'd always do swimming. It does wonders for you.
yeah, I do usually swim in the first bit because the way that my school curriculum works for sport is it's like you have your winter and summer sports, obviously. I feel like that's a lot of how Australian schools in Victoria go, though. So basically, I do swimming for the first bit of the year, then during the midpoint of the year, I do soccer, and then for the last part of the year, I do swimming, and then...
Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah. Australian culture is learn to swim or die, basically.
Yeah.
And that starts in school if you want to learn or not. Yeah. No, I took it really seriously in primary school. And then when you get to that phase when you're not good enough. So I was more of a runner. So I just used those classic swimming days just to relax and watch everyone else do it, really have a day off.
Oh, yeah?
Those carnival days, you know what I'm talking about, with the house colours?
Yeah, I'm way too aware of that.
Way too aware, yeah. They're just days off, guys, for anyone else listening who doesn't share our culture.
If you basically didn't do swimming, then it's a day off for you to sit there.
Yeah, exactly, and get sunburnt. Now, would you believe you're not a swimmer, and you're not on the podcast to talk about swimming, but I didn't give you any introduction, and people haven't heard the first podcast yet because I'm recording 2 before releasing any. So the first one people would eventually hear is with Mellow Shooter, and I was so nervous. I just told him, "Oh, welcome, Mellow Shooter. Introduce yourself." And then he's a great talker, so he was fine. But I just threw him under the bus. So hopefully today's intro hasn't been as jarring.
I've been preparing for some questions.
Yeah,
during the past.
You got a little run sheet, so. But yeah, you're a concept artist. Would you like to be called? What is the pinnacle of Sleepy? Like, how would you introduce yourself to someone in the Youtooz community?
I guess just concept artist. I don't think there's need to be any exaggerated title. So,
well, it is in your Instagram bio, so that's what I did anyway. So.
Oh yeah, no, that is true. But I could have just said the greatest, but I think that would have been a bit. I don't want to show people how big my ego truly is.
No, that's just an Australian culture again. Just egos, just massive egos. For your a concept artist, you're up to 187 posts with 2,223 followers. And
yeah,
it shocks me every time I refresh your page. I'm just like, oh, he's got 1,000 followers. Oh, he's got 2,000 followers. Like, yeah, things are really taking off. And then you've got your Sleepy Does Stuff as well, which is just more of a chill. You show off your collection more.
Yeah, I'm also planning, because I've done like a few concepts for friends, and I might think that instead of posting them on my main, I think it'd be nice to post them on my more casual account. I think that's more fitting for concept of friends. So
that's what me and Mello were talking about on the first episode, is diversifying your accounts as a creator. You really need multiple, or you just I don't know. Every account kind of has a personality now.
So like purely based on one topic, it feels weird when you do anything else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I felt weird posting like a book the other day. I did the Hamish and Andy book, and I'm like, I got nothing to post. I'll put that up, and I'm like, wait, this isn't Youtooz. And yeah, hence the low likes. But I just wanted to show that off to Cold Koala, basically. Shout out Cold. Yeah. But yeah, I've been a bit quiet lately, but you are just non-stop. Like, let's get your sleepydraws.exe.
.exe.
What we asked Mello as well, I haven't even got this on the run sheet, but how did you come up with Sleepy, really? And why is it EXE?
Okay, I'll run down the first Sleepy part first. So basically, I was in science class, and then I came up with the name. There's nothing else to that story rather than just being in science class. because I'm not a science person, so I'm
You just fall asleep.
no. Alright. I can't. I have this like mentality. I cannot fall asleep in class, no matter how tired I am.
Wow.
But I was just really tired one day, and I'm like, you know what? This is a better name. And then I just yeah. But then
like
the EX, yeah, no, it's probably my favorite name that I've had. So,
Oh.
but then when what? Yeah,
What
but
were
then
the others?
Oh, there were many others that I couldn't name them. But then I remember like a month later, one of my friends sent me a Twitch link to a channel of somebody called Sleepy, and I said, "Oh my god, I thought I actually had an original name for once."
Oh, it's impossible to have original names now.
So yeah, then it just came to realization saying I can't care less right now.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
changing
like the
it.
Sleepy, and the great names always come from simple stories, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like coffee, caffeinated. It's just easy.
Yeah.
You can't just overthink things, really.
Yeah, if you have a long like a long name, then it's a bit. I feel like it's also a bit hard for people to remember you. I guess if it's just a nice small little name, because I remember the Pog 2's name and everything. I feel like
Yeah.
and then I got to a point with that name when I'm like, okay, I don't want to be known with a Youtooz name. I want to be known for something that's a bit more me, I guess.
That was my number one thing coming into the community. I was caffeinated collectibles, which is terrible. Like, it was so long. And it was my eBay name, and I couldn't change it for 30 days, and I hated it because you can't change your name more than 30 business days on eBay, which is fair enough, honestly. But yeah, I changed it to caffeinated vinyl. I don't know why. I don't know where the vinyl came from. It just linked in well. Stuck with that, and yeah, like I just didn't want the 2's in it, just in case I moved on one day. But everyone else, a lot of people had it as well.
I think, and a lot of people still have it, but
some work like I just shared Indie 2's the other, like some really come off and then Mello's got his spin-off Mello 2's.
Yeah. I think a lot of the names work really well.
One of the catchiest is Brian Turks. Welcome to Turks Tools. I always love him. He'll be on soon on this podcast. That's just another American that I'll have to get in the time zones.
Oh, good. I mean, you're the person who's actually doing the podcast now, so I think, unlike Two Chat, you have a bit more control over times, I guess, which is
limited times.
Helpful. That caught in nicely.
Yeah, there we go. Subscribe to Limited Time. It's not even called that. Subscribe to Caffeinated Vinyl, please.
Of course.
But we've known each other for linking on to these concepts. You've actually done a few for me. What would you... Because I'll just slap them on the screen when I'm talking about this, so people do get the context. But what did you call your last series on the drawers stuff? It was, it was that real simple, but it was real cool. What inspired you to, like...
Just the Sleepy Drawers?
Yeah, the Sleepy Drawers. Like, I'll get it up here. Sleepy Drawers. You know the last one you did for me?
Yeah,
no image. This audio sounds terrible, but
it wasn't the first concept I did for you.
Well, the first concept you did for me, which there we go, slap on the screen, absolutely incredible. Like, you approached me and you said, like, how many figures would you like in the background? And I was like, wait, how are you going to put more than 3 in there or something? And I gave you, I believe it was Critical, Lewis Spears, Quackity, and you, to your credit, you did it. Like the massive coffee spill mug. The 3 figures mixed in there, me falling over with a Bunnings hat, I believe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I have a very different mentality for concepts now than I definitely had then. But I think a lot of that has come from even just a small period of time that I've been doing stuff with Youtooz. And I guess just doing this type of art for a year now. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. If you guys haven't seen that... check out Sleepy's 1 year anniversary post. Like, you've got more work coming, and it feels like you're posting every day.
There was one point when I posted for 50 days straight during quarantine, and then every day during December.
Yeah, it's a good mental practice. It just keeps you sane during those
drains you out a lot though.
Yeah. Well, I could skip to if you're draining and stuff. How do you what's a daily routine? I know you're just coming off school holidays, so it's a bit scattered. But how does an artist fit in all this art with school, friendships, sport, because we know the swimming, Is there a daily routine you try and stick to during let's say a work day, like a weekday?
Let's just say I'm extremely messy in the way that I don't organize things. If I'm organizing things to go out with my friends, I'm like right on top of it. But if it just comes to me, I kind of roll with it. Like there could be nights because I need to adjust every term for school, because soccer, when I switch over to soccer, it's after school, but swimming is morning.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it flips. Yep.
Yeah, so with swimming being in the morning, those are the times that I feel like I do a lot less concepts because I need to get sleep. While the one when I do soccer, it's like I can stay up a little later. I'm a bit more flexible to do concepts. So
Sleepy needs his sleep.
I made this joke with Millie when she said, "Oh, shouldn't you be asleep? It's like 4 a.m. for you." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she said, "Then why did you name yourself Sleepy?" And I'm like, "The point is I'm sleepy, not sleeping." So, yeah.
Well, I think every teenager, like, we all struggle with the sleep.
Yeah. Like, because I'm in some of the final years of my school right now, so I'm at that point when I'm like, okay, I feel like, because I think I've only talked to this to Millie and probably Spooky, because I do a lot of art with them specifically. Yeah. Is that I'm probably going to just take it I don't know how long of a break, but just breaks of like concepts in general, probably at the end of towards the end of my school term, when I have tests coming up and everything, but at the same time I'm draining myself so much, and I'm now actually busy to the point when I'm making concepts that I can't share because that for a project and everything. So it's more like the fact I'll get those done, a few more things done, and then I'm done for a bit.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd give you that advice as well, coming from someone that's older. I didn't have, per se, an art talent, and I wasn't running the Youtooz thing back then, but I was playing two sports, played sometimes indoor netball, indoor soccer.
Indoor soccer is very fun.
Oh, yeah, it's fun. It's intense. But
so is indoor cricket. I don't know. There's something about that.
Oh, I just love cricket in general. Yeah. I tweeted about that the other day. I'm like, how many people do I lose as followers if I talk about cricket? Because there's just no one to talk to about cricket. So
my whole family is very AFL cricket based, and then there's me. I'm not a big like watching sport person. I feel like if I'm gonna play a sport or watch a sport, I'm not gonna watch a sport. I'll play the sport, but I won't play it competitively because I hate playing competitive sports. If it's more just like muck around with maybe just friends or something, or maybe just mucking around with my family and that, playing some cricket, which we do every now and then it's like that's fun. But I hate playing sport that's competitive. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's more relaxing and just a chilled out time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm going to do after this recording. Actually, is just probably try and, because I'm in my old town, just catch up with some mates and just go for a casual kick. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. That they're always the better times in life when you can just relax.
Yeah, exactly. I personally find that, and I know that Castro made a tweet about this once when it's like, it was on the Youtooz live stream. That was so cool when they did that, and I hope they do more of that. Is that that the Zen place is kind of when they draw, and I know a lot of people have their different like places when it's like relaxing, and some of them is sport, but mine is definitely personally art.
Oh, definitely. So, yeah.
But when I do art, I don't just do art. I watch shows and movies at the exact same time. I just fully multitask between shows, movies, and drawing.
Oh, so I can't multitask. I'm terrible.
I was just working on a concept just now, and at the same time, I was watching Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Wow.
So that's just how I do drawing. I can't do drawing in a quiet space. I need something going on.
Yeah, but everyone's different though. Like I feel, which is funny, because you're breaking the male mold of not being able to multitask according to many people. So you're one in probably the 5% in the world that does it successfully, but I can't take in anything. It does mean though that
concepts take a lot longer to make.
Yeah. Well, back to concepts. Wait, where did I say this? No, I was just trying to go back to the example that I'll slap on the screen, because I really like that latest one, the Syndicate Filzer one.
Yeah, I've been really happy with how that Syndicate that came up. I was a bit disappointed that I had to do 2 a day, not my usual 1 a day.
Yeah.
But I have a different post for Syndicate later, which is like what I did with the Lamamberg plushies that Spooky Millie and I worked on. Which is like just one post with the 4 of the plushies on the same page. I'll do that sometime in February. I have no idea when.
We've definitely shouted out some banger artists. We got Millie, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And Spooky.
Yeah, Millie, Castro. Yeah, I'd love to.
You'll see me mention a lot of artists during this podcast.
Well, that's what we could skip to that question in general, like because I know you're so connected with a lot of like I'm connected with all the collectors and sellers and stuff like that. Like you're deeply connected in the artist stream, like Mallow was with all he listed off like a bunch of editing people last podcast. But well, I know there isn't favorites, but well, let's just say who's your little gang of artist friends, I suppose, in the community.
I think there's one really small group, I'd say, of the little gang, and that's definitely Spooky, Millie and I. But I think that's also for the fact of the Dream SMP plushies that we've all been working on for about the past month and that. So we've all been very connected within that project. But yeah, Millie and I have always talked a lot though, and just sharing concepts.
Yeah.
So, but I talked to some other artists.
Do you help each other? Do you go like, I'm struggling for the, or do you go, I'm struggling in this little feature, or do you have any ideas how I could make this better? Yes. Do you guys give input? Yes. Just like,
definitely. Especially with the Dream SMP plushies that we've been working on, it's like we post a sketch and then, there's always positive feedback. Sometimes it might be a bit like, oh, you could try adding this and that, but ultimately it really improves the concept because instead of just getting your mentality of making it, you get some other amazing artists to give their input on it, and it definitely helps. Because I remember when I was making the Lemamberg Fundy figure, probably one of my favorite figure concepts, which I do plan on remaking sometime. Millie actually helped out a fair bit with that, especially with the legs, just I guess helping me position them correctly to make them look nice and just more fitting and natural to the actual concept.
Yeah. Oh, legs are so hard. They were I used to do little comics when I was little. I don't think I would have been an artist, but I liked doing Batman spin-offs. And do you know that old computer game called Croc?
No, I can't say I do.
That's a real weird reference, but I used to do a crocodile comic and a rip-off Batman comic, and I did that deliberately. I gave up on the legs. I did them on the, how people do the out one? Mm-hmm. Like just ridiculous legs. And what's your hardest part of capturing someone, I guess, in human form? Like, is there like a kryptonite, I suppose, to your art or something you're trying to improve on?
Definitely. I hate drawing hands so much.
4 fingers or 5?
Just hands and then fingers. But yeah, that
Let
takes
me go to your
while.
page. Let me see how you've been doing hands and fingers. I guess plushes are easy because
plushes are so much easier. I know, and they take like 5 hours less.
Yeah. What have you been hard on yourself with the hands? Let me see. Let's go to one this is really bad podcasting when I'm looking up. I think you're being you did say you were a perfectionist.
I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist. I'd say if there's something annoying me, it's like, I don't need to be. Because I usually, with plushies, I'm like, I do one sketch and then I outline it. Because plushies are so much more simpler. But then when it comes to figures, I do like 4 sketches at most of the same thing, and 3 at least, to make sure everything's really nicely and to the point when I'm happy it's put together.
Yeah.
But I want to try to go, because I don't go straight for the Youtooz style. I always make my proportions aren't the same, but I do want to, after the break, if I take the break, I definitely want to come back with a lot more realistic proportions to the Youtooz style. That's something that I really do want to work on, because I feel like that'd be something really cool to just be able to do. So,
well, if the break you say you're going to take, you're on break, but I can imagine your brain won't stop, like, just thinking of things, thinking of ideas, of designs. You probably won't be able to stay away from paper much longer, like for long, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know how long it'll be. It'll probably be just at a point when I'm saying, okay, now I have a lot of ideas, because I think the break that I'm taking is more just to try to get ideas and think of more ideas, so that way when I come back, I just have so much ideas that I really want to do, because I have so many figure ideas that I want to do now, but I don't do, because like the Baker Near True concept, I've been working on that for like the past 2 weeks, and it's just because I'm not bothered to do it every now and then. With figures, I find I do a much better job in very small proportions.
Right, yeah.
But with the fine lining, I can get that done real quickly. But then when it comes to the actual coloring and shading and lighting, that's the part that takes me the longest, because it's probably one of the parts that I least enjoy. So,
which is putting those realistic aspects. That's what most people, I feel. Do you think they're most critical on those realistic aspects, like shading and what their opinions are on your coloring?
no, I feel like everybody in the community though has very different styles. Like you look at and they're all amazing. Like there's no one that's better than the other. Like you look at the actual Youtooz, like you look at an actual Youtooz that is designed by Youtooz, and then you look at, for example, maybe Space Pandas and Millie's concepts, and they're so different from the official looking one, but that in my opinion they're so much better because it's so much more unique to see them in their own styles.
And that's what I love seeing, just scrolling on my Instagram, just going, oh wow,
they all stand out from one another.
I'm like, and I'm really not, I just want to say this, I'm sorry Millie that I took so long to find you. Like I was following Panda and of course Spooky for ages, and then I don't know how I didn't find Millie. And incredible art, I really
Definitely.
I don't know how to describe art. Like that's why I'm doing this podcast, is people know I'm short. I have bought a little bit of Youtooz lately. I bought Failboat and Cinnamon Toast Ken. I am slowing down, but what I still want to be in the community and get to know my friends better. And I will have strangers on soon. But this is what it's all about. Me learning it. Like I learnt a little bit about editing last week. I'm not going to say last week because it was like a month ago with Mello, and now we're focusing on artists this week. So I think this is what's going to be fun about this podcast.
Yeah, because the Youtooz community as a whole, in my opinion, is great. It is one of my favorite communities that I've ever been in. I'm very happy that a lot of people know me within this community. But obviously in communities there's subsections into communities, and then seeing what everybody does, because obviously there's photos, there's the collecting part of it, and then there's the concept part of it. There's so many side communities within this community.
So many gateways,
exactly. And I just feel like it's just not enough just this and that. I feel like it'd be cool to see so much more of so many other things, because you see so many concepts. But personally, I don't see a lot of photos of Youtooz, but all the ones that I see just blow me away. I love seeing. I've always been into art sections, just all the different, I guess, art medias, and I personally think art photos is also one of them. Photography, but every single time I see a photo of like Youtooz, I'm like, that's really cool. Like Photo2s, for an example.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the goat you just mentioned.
Exactly.
And did you know that they were Russian Badger? They were called Russian Badger.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
He was actually one of my first followers, I think, before even 10 or 5.
Yeah. Russian Badger was ages ago. Yeah. And that shows how long and loyal we've been in here. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
They put a poll up going, what should I be called? And Photo2s. There was no better option. Like there was
I agree.
I know there was
names with Youtooz in it, I feel like you need to be careful whether or not it's something that you want or not, but I think it fits Photo2s absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, you mentioned before, when we go back to concepts, because you're the concept king, let's just say, just for today, unless someone wants to take your throne, you say the plushies are way easier. Now, what does that mean for a time frame? What's the time frame between, a plushie, like a pudding, let's just say your Ludwig, let's slap that on the screen again, the famous Ludwig concept that you did a while ago.
Oh, that is, I'm still mind blown what happened with that concept, and I'll go more into depth later if you want that, but
actually go for it now. Okay. That's a good story, guys. Like you really exploded on Reddit, wasn't it? And
I exploded on Reddit.
Yeah,
I think
tell us the story. Go for it.
Yeah, so I think my first biggest explosion within the Youtooz community was definitely on Reddit, and that was weirdly enough because of the Ludwig community, because I did the subathon Ludwig, and I was like, this is a cool concept. It's hard to like really pop off on the Ludwig subreddit because there's so many amazing art and just really funny things on there as well. But then I post it one night. I wake up the next day and I'm like, it's the top of the subreddit, and then 3 days later, still the top. Starts to go down a bit. I see Ludwig upload. I just watch Ludwig video. I see him mention my art, and I'm like, that is no way. I never expected it to happen because I feel like it's a very unrealistic thing to try and make. But I guess just the fact of actually, like, there's a big difference of hearing the content creator talk about it rather than just them commenting or liking it. And I think actually hearing the content creator talk about it and actually see it and see their reaction is absolutely mind-blowing for me. And in my opinion, that is one of my biggest achievements that I've actually accomplished within the year. And it was so early on as well.
Yeah, that was... Oh, how long ago was that?
Oh, it was
ago.
It was one of my around first concepts, I reckon. And in my opinion, it's still one of my favorites.
Yeah, your concepts are really fun. Like, I've seen a lot of dream ones that you've done, where he had a crossbow in his hand or something.
Yeah.
Like
I think
murderous.
I have to be honest, my dream concepts are nothing compared to Millie's Doomsday dream. That is one of my favorite concepts, and I've actually shared that to Youtooz over Discord.
Yeah.
So, but I'm fully aware that Youtooz has probably already seen that, and it's just an amazing concept. It's one of my more favorited concepts that I've seen.
And that's what I hope this year is. The year of artists and concepts, like concepts coming reality. I mean, really,
Yeah, definitely.
I just hope so.
We're starting to go off strong with a non-Dream SMP one, which is actually quite nice, designed by Rack. So
yeah, exactly.
I hope that we
Shout
see
out Rack.
Yeah, as much as of a MCYT Dream SMP fan that I am, I would love to see more non-Dream SMP concepts become real, because I feel like we really need to throw more community concepts that aren't Dream SMP design, but they're all amazing nonetheless. It'd be cool to see some more variety, and that's what Rack provides, I guess. Less Dream SMP, more variety. Which is
just what he
really
likes
cool.
to do, really.
Exactly.
Which is just lucky for us, because they just we like a lot what he does anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Rack's Twitter is funny as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But back to your plush, like, so you were saying that was so quick. Is that like an hour job? Are you saying what's quick in terms of you for an artist?
Well, I think it strongly depends on the design. I know that the Origin plushies that I made took a lot longer, because it's like you need to throw in a lot more creativity with that, because you don't want it to look like the content creator. You need to also make it look like their origin, but still keep it true to them. And I think figuring stuff out on what to put in and everything just took so long. So there's some of my longer concepts just purely based on, I feel like, what I needed to put in and everything. But, you know, obviously because I worked with Spooky on that, it was so much easier too, you know, because she's such an amazing artist as well. So yeah, but I think, and that's, I think, when my concepts started to get better, I guess. But not the first Origin plushies I did. I hate those ones. The second wave of ones, I still don't love them, and I would love to redo them now, but I'm lazy. And I've already redone Filter 3 times and the rest twice, and I'm like, I don't think it's necessary anymore.
Well,
and Spooky's not redoing theirs, so.
What we all can agree on is, like, I was scrolling the last couple of days preparing for this. Your art has just improved. Surely you can. I reckon that's really satisfying with Instagram.
Yes.
Like keeping it all there and going, wow, I was doing that, and it's like a fine wine. You can just see your account becoming better and better. And
when I look back at my, like, for example, my Lamantus concepts, my first concepts back then, when I drew them up, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, I love it. When I look at it now, I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible, I hate it. Because my, obviously, mentality has changed, and obviously skill has definitely improved over a year, as you'd expect. But yeah,
talking about skill, I hope I don't. I was so nervous in that first episode. I think this is going okay, but I'm sorry, Mello. And he was so patient as well. We joked, maybe no one's listened to episode 1, and I'm just recapping a lot of stuff, but everyone's been so good so far, and a lot of people. There's going to be so many people to interview, and
yeah, definitely.
But I just want to do this as a slow project to keep me in the community as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I don't want to see. I want to see when your Youtooz is released. Wait, what? What did I talk about? No, I'm only guessing because I've got a question here. Youtooz leaks ? question mark.
Okay.
And the bracket says, I don't know what to ask, but what can you give us? That was my big announcer voice then.
Yeah, so this is something that I know I had to prepare off because obviously I feel like I've done a little bit of teasing every now and then.
And you know it's your fault because you're teasing. It's
Yeah,
literally
I
your
love
fault.
I love teasing these stuff. I'm like, when people ask me these questions, I love just messing with. This is horrible, but I love just messing with them because I've been talking to a bunch of people, and it's been so nice to talk to so many new people that aren't in this community, but that are just so nice. Yeah. And them asking me, oh my god, is it this, is that? And I said, no matter what, I'm gonna say no, but I can tell you this. But it's not a huge like. It's more like, and I'll tell this now, but it's not Dream SMP related.
Dream fell off. It's so good.
Yeah, Dream fell off 100%. Oh god,
That's a joke. That's a joke for some people. Though.
If any Dream SMP community members watching this, I'll make it twit longer after. I promise.
Oh wait. Are you talking views? Because fuck Dream. There we go.
Oh my god.
Extra 5 views. There we go.
Extra 5. Oh god. Okay, but yeah, I mean, I'm the people that I'm designing it with, I'm absolutely huge fans of. But I need to clarify this, and I clarify this every time. Nothing is confirmed yet. It's still going through the process of asking the CC. Well, I don't know why I said CC, the content creator, but I've seen the designs, and so I am beyond excited. If I'm just really hoping that the CC, I'm gonna say, I don't know why I'm saying that. The content creator says yes, so. But if
that's so cool.
But I've also done some reconfigurations to that. But I won't share them now. I'll share them during the release. So because I'll do kind of what a lot of the community members does, like a Space Panda and XLO, with the process of everything, and that's definitely something that I want to show off, like very, I guess, into depth, because I feel like a lot of people are curious about that. So.
Yeah, exactly. I actually haven't watched it, but Youtooz just released that video the other day.
Yeah, I watched that. I was very intrigued with that, and it's such a great figure, the Captain Sparkles. So.
Oh, I can't wait, because you know how I said I wasn't buying much. I used to watch Captain Sparkles.
Yeah, he's an OG.
Way back. Syndicate fell off a little bit, but I used, COD Zombies, Syndicate, and then he did, that was my first Minecraft introduction, was Tom Syndicate playing Minecraft with Captain Sparkles.
Yeah.
That's like, no one would even know that series. Like, that's how. Wait, age reveal. That's how of an OG I am. But that's so cool, because I didn't even know how to ask you, because I want to be surprised myself, and I don't want to prod, because I'm a patient collector, and and when you're a patient collector, I don't care how long this leak thing or whatever take. I just like to log into my Instagram and go, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, just
good on you.
Yeah, surprise. So, and then there's other people that are like, oh, tell us now. But those are some of my favorite conversations, because I just mess with them. Yeah.
Good things come to those who wait. Exactly.
Yeah, I want to clarify. I don't mess with their heads in a bad way or anything. It's just like a little fun tease, I guess. Like, oh, you're going to have to wait. Oh, it's this, but I'm not going to tell you. And everything. But
I think that's all my tone on socials as well. If you talk to me, I'm very vague and sarcastic and all that. So yeah, everyone just communicates different, and that's the fun of having a community so diverse with many countries involved.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What we haven't touched on, when you're not, a Youtooz concept superstar, you're also streaming on Twitch, or have you retired? Am I out of the loop or not?
That was an old hobby I had, but it's always been something that I was very passionate about. I do have some ideas for streams that I do want to do, but it's more of the fact that I'd rather wait for a nice long holiday that I have, because between my term 1 and term 2 breaks, I have like 2 weeks. I feel like those 2 weeks is going to be something that I definitely want to more focus on within different aspects of content, which is just streaming, and maybe even, just because it's going to be hardcore. It's definitely going to be Minecraft hardcore for streaming, but I've been recently just getting back into that aspect of Minecraft with him building everything with the server I had with my friends just over the holidays. So, I do want to go back into that more hardcore aspect of things and just slow down the Youtooz concepts now, considering that my big goal that I want to accomplish is now possibly being accomplished.
Yeah, exactly.
That it's at that point when I feel like I can start doing some different things and take it a little easier.
Now, for the shout out, I'll put the Twitch link in the in the thing anyway, but it is the same name, right? Or is it a bit different?
I don't think I've changed it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
We'll put it in the link anyway, because finding people's names is hard enough. So,
Definitely. Especially
if you
on Twitch.
if you like Minecraft hardcore, guys, check it out. Well, hopefully you get those
Hopefully.
notifications when you're streaming and stuff. So, and you
Twitch
used
is
to
very
plug it.
slow with notifications. Though,
Yeah.
so.
We used to what you're really good at. You've got a really good active Instagram. You're always
Yes.
posting stories, which I guess that leads into one question. Let's just do a bit of fun. What's the biggest mistake you think? Like, you're not talking about concepts or anything. Like, oh, you drew that finger wrong. Like, what's the funniest or biggest mistake you've probably done running a well, like one of mine is I've posted like a Youtooz thing to my mate, like my normal account. I'm like, wait, because you can switch accounts too quickly. Have you made a big stuff up like that once or anything?
I think my idea of stuff ups for me is either not spreading the concepts out enough, because with this syndicate plushies that I've done, it's a huge mistake that I've done, and it's posting 2 a day instead of 1 a day, which is how I normally roll. It's, I guess, how the algorithm works best to spread it out. But it was more of the fact that I just want to share these. I have more ideas that I'll include these in, which I can do another day, I guess. But yeah, I think that was one of the bigger mistakes that I've definitely done, is just posting the syndicate concepts 2 a day, not spreading them out enough, I guess. But I don't care too much, considering that it's just concept. I am trying to get more into the mentality now of not trying to schedule posts, but more just post when I want. But
yeah,
not
overload. Yeah, I don't think Instagram likes. It's a weird algorithm, but
yeah, definitely.
I can relate. I can relate as a collector. Like, we're collector versus artist here, but yeah, sometimes I got overwhelmed when I used to collect so much. I'd have like all these figures, and I'm like, wait, I've already posted today, and it does get to this weird thing where people want to see your art and people want to see my collection. Yeah. You're like spacing it out. And
but it's at that point when are you doing it too close? Because when you need to let time for one thing to die down. And I personally find that with art, unfortunately, it's very much a day and then it's like, done. It is very rare cases I find when it still really blows up. And I think an example that I could get just from my perspective is that Quackity plush I did. That's still blowing up every now and then. So, but
yeah, like as an artist, and I've never checked your hashtags, but do you do a bit of a hashtag thing?
Definitely. A friend actually, like from ages ago, because I had another art account before that. I'm not active. I don't do anything on that. I'm focusing on this account now. So I won't mention or anything. That was much more of a, it wasn't private, but more just things for my friends to see art. But now I have this account. So, it is just, and then my friend told me, hey, if you want your art to kind of blow up a bit more, get a little more help, then you start using hashtags. And that's kind of when I got introduced to hashtags, and now I use them a fair bit, but I find that it's a very crucial part of posting, which is fortunate, but yeah, it's a very crucial part of
it's nuts, isn't it? Like, I just posted, like, not right now, but like, let's just say I just posted the most amazing Youtooz concept. No hashtags, no one sees it.
Yeah, because then only your follower base will see it. You need to spread your art out to other fan bases that isn't just your follower fan base, because then you can't grow, and then you can't really succeed a whole lot.
And I've never done a sponsored thing, but oh my god, like, people, like, we're just like me and you, we're just battlers. We're just passionate young people just doing things for free. Like, this podcast is costing money. But there's people out there that would be putting sponsored and putting it up. Like, you've got so much to compete with. Like, yeah, exactly. Mellow had editors, because the holy grail is getting on the the Instagram for you. But the thing is, I don't check that, and I felt bad because I follow Mellow and I follow you, but I won't be going to concept hashtags and I won't be going to meme hashtags. I just keep to I'm very simple.
Yeah.
While you rely on someone reaching out to those hashtags and hopefully finding you up the top.
Yeah, that's usually how art goes, though. So
it's cutthroat. And I can understand that thing of, Sleepy, that's today's. What's new? Like, it's a demanding industry, that's for sure.
Definitely. But I feel like that's how all socials work. I do like how Reddit works, how it's sub communities.
Yeah.
I think that's a very nice way of doing it. But I'm gonna be real here. That wouldn't work for Instagram. That wouldn't work for Twitter.
No.
But
Reddit's a weird one. I don't really know what to do on that at the moment. Like,
yeah, Reddit's a little weird, but I do like the idea of subsections and how it doesn't just force feed you content. It's purely based on what sub communities you visit, you follow. It's that.
I love Reddit how it has, because I'm in the main thing I just focus on is my collective, like Pokemon, Digimon, blah blah blah, Yu-Gi-Oh, and then Youtooz, and I always go newest, and which Instagram got rid of years ago, guys. Like, people listening to this podcast wouldn't even know what the newest feature is on Facebook and Instagram because they deleted it so long ago. It's I love Reddit how I can go newest and it'll be just the freshest stuff. Did I say Reddit then?
Yeah.
I ramble. Sorry. This is we're 40 minutes in and I'm just rambling now, but kept it professional at the start. But yeah, I think it's good to have a variety. I like to do spam on Twitter. Instagram's like a visual type of
definitely
neatener, and Reddit's kind of like that
in between
potential to blow up. Like obviously,
the Ludwig stuff, definitely. But I feel like a lot of content creators, especially I know Ludwig is much more active within his subreddit rather than other social media platforms. But I think Reddit's a very nice place to try to share your art to certain content creators, because I think if you're going to share art and it's a Ludwig art, you want to focus your attention on the Reddit for that, because he does the Reddit recaps and everything every now and then.
Yeah.
So he will be active on there.
Yeah, it's so normal for YouTubers to, if not have a second channel, if not do it on the main channel and just purely do Reddit videos and definitely appreciating their fans, because and then there's entertainment in there as well. It's just a roller coaster of emotions, a Reddit video, really.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, that's one piece of advice at least you've given out to people, but what would be Sleepy's advice for, I suppose, an aspiring artist?
I guess just draw. I guess what do you want? I feel like that's very broad, and I feel like a lot of people would say that. But if you're not doing art that you don't enjoy, then don't do it. Like, something that I really like about Rack is obviously the Youtooz concepts that blow up is Dream SMP, and I feel like that's a reason why a fair few people do those concepts. It's because it's almost a guaranteed blow up. But other communities to blow up is a lot different. But especially if you do a variety of different communities, it's a lot more difficult to blow up, and that's a reason why I respect Rack a lot, is just because he does so many communities that realistically won't blow up as much as Dream SMP, but he's really doing what he likes. So
he's just on that grind.
Exactly.
Like, he just don't stop. Yeah, yeah. I think that's literally what Mello said in episode 1. Just do what you love, and you've heard it a million times, but not enough people are doing it. That's why we keep telling everyone to do it. So
I feel like a lot of people are much more directed after the popularity in that, which the Dream SMP concepts do definitely give. But I think no matter what, people should, because I feel like if you're gonna grow your community or following, you need to grow from a community that you like, not a community that you're just doing. So yeah,
well, that's exactly right. So we touched on Twitch. That might be coming soon. And what I was going to say, guys, is you're teasing me off these Dream SMP because I could go and talk about that, but I'm not educated enough to do it. So you could listen to Two's chat. They talked on our episode. They talked about the SMP, and you have a lot of knowledge on that area. So that's a little plug for them. You can go listen to that if you want a more Dream. I'm just sticking to what I know, So I've really finished off all my questions, and I know there's something big on the hill for you, and we don't know what that is. But are you that type of guy that January ticks around, and you go, do you set out a little list, or have you got any aspirations or those New Year goals, I suppose, for you as an individual or an artist?
For an artist, it's more like there's some concepts that I definitely want to get done this month, and usually I'll plan some concepts for the month ahead. Like, I've got some ideas that I definitely want to get done within February. Like, there's this idea that I've been wanting to do for ages, but I've decided that February is going to be the month that I'm going to do it in. So it's not Dream SMP based, but it is a Ranbu concept. But it's not like your general Minecraft Ranbu. It's a much more IRL Ranbu, which I think is a cool idea. I've told a few artists about it. Like, I had a conversation with Coffee Cat, and we kind of just exchanged ideas and see what we had and everything. It was really cool. And I've also told like Millie and Suki about the ideas because of the Dream SMP plush collab. But you know, I've got some more Dream SMP but still related things that I want to do. But you know, if that makes any sense.
And your other goal, I know you're not going to tell me, but it's making the Olympic swimming team, and that's another one, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely love swimming, and it's not like it's compulsory. Basically, at my school, it's compulsory to do sport, and it's like, swimming's the one that I'll do.
Oh, that's so funny. I can't remember when swimming got... I can't actually remember the swimming thing. I think it was compulsory to obviously attend the events, but you didn't have to swim. But the one thing I definitely know was compulsory was science until year 10 or something. I gave that up instantly.
I gave up science.
Anyone can tell.
I completely just gave up science. I hate science. All my friends, though, I excel in science, and then there's me. I don't care about science.
You've given me 2 titles for this podcast, at least. Sleepy, leaving the community? ? Sleepy, making a Youtooz ? No, that's all right. I don't even know how to title these at the moment. You know, the algorithm and all that stuff, but it'll be just. Yeah, I don't even know. We haven't released the first ep yet, so let's see how it goes. It's all about the context, guys. It's all about listening, not thumbnails.
Mr. Beast is in this video.
Yeah, Mr. Beast. We tried Mr. Beast Burger live.
The amount of, I swear, streams and videos that have popped up off that is... Oh. Trying Mr. Beast Burger, all the same titles, I swear.
Well, even a little bit about yourself. Who are we know you're really into the Dream SMP, but who are other YouTubers that, obviously Ludwig as well, but are you that type of guy that goes through his subscriptions every morning and see who's uploaded? Like, who's the main guys for you? At the moment, who are you watching recently?
Well, I've always enjoyed The Boys.
Yeah.
Like, I have all of their Youtooz products except for the 1 foot no brush that came out not last year, but in like 2 years ago, or early last year, because I have the 2 foot, I have the cute Nona brush, I have Josh and Molly, so I'm a big fan of The Boys. I am a decently big fan of Mizkif. I do enjoy Mizkif's content. I'm just looking at my shelf with my Youtooz on and see what I'm interested in, really. But yeah, I used to be hugely into art YouTubers, especially Vex.
Yeah. So, banger.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I don't watch much art anymore, though, but, you know.
Only some people have got the knack of it, being an artist and making content out of it.
Yeah, because you're doing 2 different mediums of art.
Exactly, yeah. So,
you can't really just
I remember he made that Charizard for Logan Paul.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was sick.
That was cool.
Yeah. I've kind of dropped off Vex a bit, though, but, you know, he still has one of my favorite YouTubers.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever sell that one.
Yeah, I'll never sell Vex. It's just... And it's such a unique Youtooz. It's like something that you'll only get I don't think we'll get another Youtooz quite like that.
It's like a staple of YouTube. Like, Youtooz. It's like one of the... Like, you can have your biases between... Like, I love the Lewis Spears figure and Pyro and stuff, but they don't hold a candle to what Vex was.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, and I feel like other art YouTubers, like, for example, take the ZHC one. I used to be a big fan of ZHC. I've very, very much dropped off his content now. It's like the only reason why I got it is because I was a huge fan of ZHC before he blew up, I guess. So when he was still just doing that simple pencil on paper instead of all these challenges, customizing a whole hospital and everything. But yeah, you know, but I feel like that while that is an art figure, when you look at it by itself, it's a very cool art figure. But when you look at Vex's, it feels like a normal figure. Because I feel like art because I feel like Vex's is... and I feel like it took so long. I think it was one of the longest Youtooz to make, I think. But I think Vex was... I feel like Vex was pretty strict on how everything turned out, which is fair enough. He's an artist. So
yeah, his art's technically getting released.
Exactly. If his art is in the figure, then obviously he'll try to make it as perfect as he can. But when I brought it, I was like, okay, I know I brought it, big fan of Vex, amazing figure. There's no way it turns out amazing in person. It's so complicated. When I look at it in person, it is amazing. I see some paint scuffs, but I'm not that person to be like, oh, I need another one of these figures now to fix this mistake. But it was such a complicated figure, but it was done so well, in my opinion. So,
no, I agree with that opinion. That is a great opinion. And I think it'll be shared in the comment section. It's a great figure there.
It is.
Now, we've touched on Youtooz. I think we can finally go into the Youtooz part of the podcast. Would you believe it?
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Is this a Youtooz podcast?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Yeah, I know. I still don't know what this is. I'm going to start with the Instagram ones, which were they're always a little bit more jesty and casual.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
some interesting things on Twitter.
Yeah. I think the Twitter ones will take a little bit longer, but
they'll be funny though.
From one of your favourites, Millie.
Ooh.
Does Sleepy like Jello? Super important question.
Do I like Jello? Oh, I haven't had Jello for so long. I couldn't tell you. It's been way too long since I've had it. But
mate, you got to buy the aeroplane jelly from Woolies and Coles and whatever. They're always like $1 and they're so good. During lockdowns, I'd always like be on a budget because we were isolating, and I'd always buy jelly in bulk. It's so...
Yeah, I remember that when I used to have jelly, it was like in my old school when I was like in year 1 and 2. It's like, oh yeah, at the canteen, it's Friday. You can get some jelly and everything. Everybody would get that. I'd also get it. I'd loved jelly back then, but I don't know. I haven't had jelly for so long, but back then I loved jelly. So
here we are from... This is the more unprofessional bit of the podcast. The guys know that from last week if they've listened. So I just skipped through these questions and stuff. So we got Youtooz alerts. Yo, Sleepy. What's the one creator and franchise you'd want Youtooz to make stuff of?
I saw this. I think I saw this one on Twitter. I would.
Yeah, some will be repeated, but Instagram's first. Sorry.
I think for creator wises, I'd love to see more actual Lemamberg products, like a Lemamberg Eric, Lemamberg Nikki, Lemamberg Fundy, Lemamberg Jack. I feel like just seeing more Lemamberg stuff would be really cool because and I really hope that... I feel like with the Lemamberg area for Youtooz, I feel like that would be such an amazing part for it to be a much wider community project rather than just Tommy, Tubbo, and Wilbur being designed by community members. I feel like it'd be a lot cooler to see more these Lemamberg figures designed by community members, because I feel like the community knows this lore of Lemamberg much better than what Youtooz ever will, let's be honest.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's probably why they reached out for the contest.
For Lemamberg, definitely. Yeah. And honestly, the Youtooz, I'm going to could not have done a better job than the artist that actually designed them. And because there's a difference between being a business and company and making these figures than actual people who have experienced this type of lore up hand during streams, few days later, and everything. I feel like the community will do such a better job than what Youtooz could for Lemamberg drops for figures. Definitely.
Yeah, they've heard the stories, they've watched it, they can intake it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they probably listened and those stories hundreds of times as well.
Yeah, exactly. Lore.
So, exactly.
Rightio. So Pangy always asks a lot of questions, and I don't have the technology. I don't know. He said, thoughts on the film 964 Pinocchio, and if you don't know it, can you Google it?
Okay.
You know what we're going to do?
I'm not... All right, listen. I'm going to be honest here. I've seen some things on Two's chat of that film, so I don't have thoughts, rather than I probably won't watch it because I don't know what the hell it looks... I don't know. I'm not... Oh, God.
I've actually got no idea what he's talking about, so I'll just Google it after. That's what I was going to tell him that I'll do.
On Two's chat, I think him and Dude in a Basket did a watch party of it. I saw something like that on the
Oh,
Choose Chat
right.
Discord, and then he started posting some photos from the movie. So from my thoughts, I'm gonna say not my type of movie.
That's okay. I'll find out if it's my type. Here goes. Thoughts on Youtooz man's concepts?
God, wait, give me a second. This is so rid of me. Let me search them up. I need to get some actual first hand. Who was?
Oh, that's
all right,
right.
wait,
That's
wait.
what it's for.
Who was this?
Youtooz man. So Tooz.
Oh wait,
it's a.
I think.
That's why I called him Tooz at the start of the call when we were talking about him. So Tooz is he's got COVID at the moment of
Yeah.
recording. So
I think I've seen some.
all the best, man.
No, I've definitely seen some of his concepts. He did a really good corpse concept, didn't he?
Oh, he's done tons of awesome ones.
Yeah, because
he even did one of Pangy. He's done one of Limited Time. He's gonna have art for our episode too.
Oh yeah.
He
Wait, what's
yeah.
his name on Instagram again? I'm gonna just
So
make sure I'm talking about
_.
that. Yeah.
You.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, and then it'll come up.
Oh, I've seen so many of his concepts. I love. Oh, yeah, no, I've seen a bunch of these. I love the Michael Jackson ones he did, and that corpse concept. Yeah, if he makes a corpse concept, it has to be his. It's just so.
They're
nice.
bangers.
Exactly, and
Like
the fact
even
that
the
it's
James
pencil paper. It's
Like even the James Marriott one, if you go down, back in June, there's a James Marriott one like in a brain.
I think I've seen that one. That would be a sick one for it.
There's so many good ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And it's
Tooz
nice
is
to
going to
see
be on the podcast soon.
It's nice to see a different variety and style of YouTube's concepts, like on that pencil paper instead of all digital.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very
yeah.
nice to see this variety, and he's very good at it. I see.
That's
I
who
can't
I'm
get
gonna.
over it. Yeah.
Well, that was an honest reaction. That was a live reaction. So there you go. We can't let you down, Pangy. So
Anytime an artist gets anytime that an artist gets pulled up, I am going to search them up just so I can see the art and actually, But yeah.
now, I think you might know them. Locker. See, I don't know.
Oh yes, no, yep, definitely.
Locker Palace.
Localodopoulos.
Is that Locker?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually in the one. He's actually in the 1 year thing.
Yeah. No, we've been talking a bit lately. You've already kind of talked about streaming, but it's mainly why you're so good at. Wait, cracked is good, right? Or bad?
Cracked is good.
Yeah, why are you so cracked at Bed Wars and when we
I'm
next stream?
so good at video games. Jesus. Oh god, I haven't played Bed Wars for so long. I'm not gonna ramble on about this because this is like completely not Youtooz related. The closest thing it is to the goddamn purple Youtooz, which is very good. Yeah, but.
No, I've seen you play, and you tried to get me on, and I was like, I've got a Mac, and it'll blow up. I'll embarrass
it'll
myself.
probably blow up. I'm still deciding if I want to go along with doing Bed Wars with Youtooz community members, but I'll probably do it at one point when I'm playing Bed Wars a lot, is when, I'll probably start doing all of that. But, I feel like it'd be fun to do Bed Wars streams with some community members. I feel like that could be fun, but I feel like the only issue is time. Because I feel like you don't want to play games when you're extremely tired or just woke up really early in the morning. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think you've got enough to balance at the moment. So,
but yeah.
Brian Turks on Twitter, favorite figure or plush?
I'm gonna answer for both. I can't answer the plush because I'm gonna be extremely biased here, and it is very much the one I'm designing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not gonna answer that question because it's that. But for figure, I don't know. I have so many favorite figures. I've always loved Slimecicle V1 though. That's always been a true OG figure for me that I've always loved. But I have a few favorites. I love all the community ones. But I don't know. There's something about the Captain Puffy one, which just how it looks in person is amazing. But
Puffy was awesome.
Yeah, especially in person for a figure. It came out very well. But I have a lot of favorites.
That's how I go. Is I genuinely want to buy them. For Australia, if the shipping and stuff, it's like 50 Australian for a figure. And when I don't care about the cost, that's when I know it's a good figure.
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly.
Yeah, you just go, I don't care. I just want to buy it. It's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah.
Polar X Gaming, Sleepy. I need to know your opinion on cheese.
I'm lactose intolerant. Yeah, I'll say that. So I don't know.
Next question.
It's tasty, but not good. It's good, but not good.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Craft Crab, what's your thoughts? That's not the I did not script that. That's I think we've had a cheese question every every bloody
I
tweet
mean,
that
you
I've put
kind of
out.
need one, so.
Yeah. Craft Crab, what's your thoughts on the Kool-Aid Man Youtooz?
Good.
Good, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's a
Next
good. It
question.
didn't. It didn't. I don't think it did. It ship to Australia.
No, I think we got blocked.
Oh, okay. Now it's
Yeah.
bad. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
is
good figure.
timestamp. I can't be stuff fact checking. So, because we record the episode, I go back and I put visual prompts and timestamps and stuff. So I'll figure out if I was wrong or right. Favorite game from Pano Machilla. Oh, I can't say their names because I talk to these guys all the time. I'm sorry.
I have a few favorite games, but recently I've been very much enjoying Minecraft, of course, Valorant especially, and also Minecraft Dungeons. So those have been 3 games that I've been very into lately. But
yeah, I get addicted to Minecraft way too much, and I have like addictive personality when it comes to gaming. So before this recording, I pulled myself off from Arceus. I was like, no, we got to record. So I'll go back to that after. Super JTB 2015. Want to play Fortnite?
I uninstalled it. I needed space for another game. It's such a big game. Oh my god.
Yeah, is it? How many gigs?
I don't know. All I know
One of those
is
ridiculous
that,
ones.
all I know is I swear to God it takes up half of my computer space.
Yeah.
And I have Sea of Thieves downloaded, and I think that's bigger. I think that's probably bigger, but I can't. I have like a few like absolutely huge games downloaded, and like Security Breach is pretty big.
Yeah, I was gonna say is as big as that because that was everyone was commenting like PewDiePie's like, what was it, 80 gig? Or
Yeah,
like,
all I know is it's
40
an amazing
gigabytes.
game. It's one of my favorite. It's been one of my favorite games lately, but I should have.
Yeah, I've been loving watching everyone play.
Yeah, I
It's
watched
been fun.
all of Dorko's playthroughs like the minute they came out, and I'm like, oh, this. But
Yeah, do you find that's the hard thing? Who to watch? I go like, oh, do I watch
Yeah.
Mark? Do I watch? Because some casual YouTubers just do it for the clicks and they just do the intro.
Yeah, but
while
then
some
there's
obviously
some-
do a playthrough.
yeah, but then there's the ones who are really involved and just want to play it constantly. And I feel like that's what you get from Dorko. He's a huge FNAF fan, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like for me personally, for FNAF content, Dorko is my go-to.
Now we have a really controversial one from Millie.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
My God, how do I respond to that? I was just about to send hi to
If you
her.
can't go on, we can end it from here.
Oh,
I think
God.
that took it too far.
I think that took it way too far. Okay, hello. All right.
As good as the cheese reply. Now this is one I know you liked. Do you like designing Hex plushies or Youtooz plushies more?
This is something that I had a long thought about. I prefer Youtooz plushies, and that's for like one huge reason. There's so much more flexibility and creativity, while with FNAF Hex plushies, you have to keep it to that design. There's no creativity that you can add or spice it up. You have to keep it the way it is, because the way that Hex has done it is they've kept it very true to the animatronics. So
Yeah.
I had to keep it true to the animatronics as well for the Security Breach set.
Okay.
But
I just googled it because I had no idea what that meant. So now I know what you mean.
yeah,
Okay.
but there's
it's exactly
there's less
yeah.
creativity.
Like Dude in a
for
Basket
Hex.
has a lot of them. I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But
On the Twos chat, they were always posting their Hex plushies.
no,
I
those
think.
weren't Hex plushies.
Yeah.
Those were the Funko ones. I think the Hex ones.
See, I'm out of it.
The Hex ones are, if I'm correct, from Dorko's company. He did some stuff with FNAF, and they made them. But
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah,
There you go, guys. Bit of education, or just me as usual. Now, this one, Void. We know Void.
Yes.
What's your opinion on NFTs?
Okay, I'm not a fan of NFTs, but with my friends and I, we made a Minecraft server, and there were these NFTs on there that mainly just me and one of my other friends were just buying all because it was funny. And then on a Discord I have with my friends, I just added a thing called NFT. I sent a random photo there and said, please don't screenshot. I think it's fun to make a complete joke out of, to be honest. Like, I know that's going to offend a lot of communities, but I think it's a little, for me personally, I feel like it's, and at least my IRL friends, it's a little fun thing to joke about, the don't screenshot thing.
Oh, it's so funny. My TikTok's just full of don't screenshot.
No, yeah, because my
memes at the
profile
moment.
picture
It's
right
so
now
funny.
is something that Millie sent to me. It says Sleepy NFT. Use it now.
Well, I'd like to announce, guys, limited time. This episode is an NFT.
Oh my god, it's gonna cost how much? Give me.
No, it's just a weird thing. I think Saber Spark, is it Saber Spark or Sark? Has been putting it pretty well on Twitter. It's just for something a lot of people don't like. It's being forced to be normalized, which is
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
kind of what I've dropped off. That it's actually one of the reasons why I dropped off with Vex's content.
It's just getting forced down our throat, really. But
definitely.
if people want to, I don't know. I think we need to figure out a way to pay artists, and we always will struggle to pay artists because, Spotify doesn't help musicians.
Definitely.
Apparently iTunes is a little bit better, but if you see the stats, it's quite depressing. And that's why I have so much respect for people that make music, movies.
Yeah, because then
I
you
still
know
like-
that they're doing it because they like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just a lot of passion is seeping, or drying up in the world, and interviewing, like, who knows? You could be a future superstar, and this is the first ever podcast you've been on, because I won't count the Youtooz chat one because that was a duo. So Kath was there first, but yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say about NFTs. I'm not educated in them, and
Yeah,
I don't
I've
own
never
any,
really
so-
gone in depth about them. It's more just been something that don't screenshot, and then that's the only part I focus on.
Yeah. And if you educate yourself on, when I say educate yourself on YouTube, doesn't sound like educating, but if you listen to the right people, it's pretty boring what you're collecting. You might make a bit of money and stuff, but it's just actually, I got no idea what I'm talking about right now, but I've watched, I can't repeat information very well. But I'll just stick to collecting Pokemon cards, basically, and that'll make me happy.
I used to be a huge Pokemon fan. I dropped off that after year 6. I don't know why.
Oh, then there's guys that are still going.
Yeah, I
cough,
know.
cough.
Respect. And then Logan Paul spending how much money on fake cards exactly?
G.I. Joe cards.
Yeah. Sorry, how much money did they spend on GI Joe?
it's-
Pokemon in quotation
That's so
marks.
funny.
GI Joe cards. How much money did he spend?
He's a marketing genius. I don't even want to know. It's like millions of bucks.
Yeah. Hey, got him views. I think.
It was a fake box, and yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I
So
kind of
funny.
laughed at that. I know, but I think if it was at anybody else, I'd be like, oh god. But let's be honest, Logan Paul is rich, so
Yeah, you just make it back through the ads, and
Yeah.
then he's released Prime Drink and just everything. Just he'll never run out of money. It's all good.
yeah. So, but still, that's a big rip of what happened to him.
I hope I covered all the questions, guys. You got a fair few, so I guess I've run out of questions. This is, like I said, this is the self-appointed unprofessional part of the podcast, where you could probably hear my paper turning.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned that,
can
just
you?
like paper turning.
Yeah. Now, I've really covered everything, and we know that there's big news coming through for you, Sleepy. So I wish you nothing but the best.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for giving me your time over an hour. And
yeah.
there's been all that. You saw how I like to keep. I do take this seriously. I gave you all those pre-questions and stuff like that. So, I really do appreciate your time. Is there anything you'd like to shout out or promote? All your links will be in below. But yeah,
Buy the
Go for
plushies if they come out. That's all I'm gonna say. Buy them all. I don't care how much money you have or don't. Buy them all. No, I'm kidding.
that's what we do in the community.
what
We
we
sell
do.
out.
I know.
We sell out
We use,
people we know.
Exactly. I feel like definitely. It's pretty cool because it's cool because I feel like especially with community designs, I feel like if they weren't community, I don't know. There's something about community designs that are just better I guess.
You know where they came from, and you know how hard they worked,
Yeah.
like Shadow Rubius and the festive Fundy plush and everything. So
Yeah, like when I look at, for example, I don't know, my Simesicle figure next to my Captain Puffy figure, I can automatically tell that there's a huge difference just because it's a community design. It just feels different and looks different in a much better way. Because it's more, I think it's another fact of that. It's, it's like the community member who designed it is you'd assume much more involved within their community than what Youtooz is.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's an absolute passion project.
exactly. But yeah.
All right, Mr. Sleepy. I still don't know an intro and I still don't know an outro, but I'll see you on your next Twitch stream, I suppose.
Hopefully.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening again to all my 60 viewers. Come on. I wonder what This is funny because there'll be one episode out and I don't know what the views are yet. So, you're a big famous superstar. You'll get me 2,000 views, surely.
Hopefully.
Sorry, I'm doing that rambling thing again, guys. Thanks again, Sleepy. We'll have a little chat after this, but to those watching now, goodbye.
Bye.
Perfect.